Recording. All right. So I wanted to. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. This is going to be a fun, tired stream. I was going to start a little earlier, but I had to make a pre-con for the deck I'm going to play test tonight. So I just finished making Scarlet Witch, and I actually moved her into beta state already after only a few days because she honestly just fucking works. So hey, look, there she is, right there, Scarlet Witch. I got a playmat for her finally because the old one, A, it isn't this version of Scarlet Witch, and B, it didn't look great. So yeah, I finished making that. I got her playmat. I got resources for. She's in beta. I've tweaked a couple of her cards since last time I did a video. Yeah, I mean, honestly, she could probably be released right now, but I still want to make sure I run the numbers and everything like that. So yeah, here's me using Wanda Maximoff again. So the character I'm playtesting today. So I was in a real mystic mood tonight, and I decided to dig into the depths of the channel, and I found Clea Strange. So JackHKP, who made Ant-Man, right? That was his. That just got, it did get sealed, right? Cycle, the redemption cycle. I think it got sealed. I'm pretty sure it did. Cycle 12 results. Go to the thread. Go to the fucking thread. Hey, made a wasp, right? Well, for some reason my Discord's still, yeah, he made wasp. My Discord's still in streamer mode, even though I thought I turned it off, but I guess I didn't. So yeah, first off, congratulations on wasp. I actually really enjoyed wasp. I gave it a passing grade. So today I'm going to try out his Clea Strange, which I don't know if Jack is still like managing his stuff, because I think he posted this. Let me double check. On January 30th, 2025, and I don't think there's been an update since then. So over a year and a half. I know that another member remade it to an extent. But I kind of wanted to play the OG. No offense to the other person whose name I can't say because my shit's in streamer mode. So yeah, I'm gonna play test this. So one thing I'm doing now is, after I play tested Bubblegum Bitches, Elfelt Valentine, I have decided that I'm not going to go into these blind anymore. I was doing it because I wanted to kind of like simulate a new player playing a game, or playing a character for the first time. But usually people don't do that. People usually, before they play a character, they actually kind of, look at what the character is going to do in a game like this. Except for my one friend who, every time we play Sentinels of the Multiverse, he will literally not even look at what character he's grabbing. He'll just grab a random fucking character. But the difference in that being with, Sentinels of the Multiverse, your entire deck is made up already. You don't have to worry about assembling a deck to it. But anyways, I've decided that from here on going forward, I'm going to do my best to make sure I know exactly what I'm getting into before I play a character. I'll still probably pick the characters at random, but yeah. Also, I had with Clea, she did not have a pre-con, so I made her a pre-con. It will probably not be very good because I am awful at making pre-cons. I tend to fall back into the same pre-con patterns, so I'm playing protection, and this is pretty much the same protection deck I always play. The only difference is I've thrown in some of my spells into this. because what is the point of creating 99 Mystic and spell cards and not using them when I play a Mystic? I've actually been debating whether or not, or not whether or not, but what will be my 100th Mystic Arcana card, because there are 99 cards. It is the second biggest pack I have behind the Thunderbolts. So yeah, I looked at her deck. I think I understand what's going to happen. We'll see. Hopefully I don't fuck up too much. If I do fuck up, I'm not sure. I don't know if Jack's around, unfortunately, to correct anything. Which is a shame because he has some amazing looking creations. Anyways, I'm playtesting against Crossbones, basic pitch number 1. If it's not Claw, it's Crossbones whenever I playtest something. That being said, let me get into this. If you were here during when the music was playing, you heard me shuffling around a bunch. That's because I forgot to include resource cards in her deck, which she might not need, but I like having them just in case. And then she can have Sorcerer Supreme because she sure as hell can't. One thing I will be doing is I will be ignoring the unique rule on the Eye of Agamotto and Colloquial Levitation, because she has her own copies of them, and they are drastically different than the strange slash my Scarlet Witch's versions of them. So I'm just gonna let them stay in the deck. That being said, let me get into this. So she has this thing where she can look at the top 3 cards of her deck. She can draw 1, discard 1, and put 1 back on top. When she's in hero form, if the top card of her deck is a spell card, or no, it's not at the top card. She has to discard the top card of her spell card or her deck. And if it is a spell card, she can use it as a resource. However, if she overpays for cards, I guess she just it's like she's not maintaining her power, I guess would be the best way of saying it. So she accidentally hurts those around her and herself. So by default, all of her cards, when they are overpaid, if they are not one of her cards, if it doesn't have a special on it, it gains a special that it deals 2 indirect damage to a character, to a random player. I mean, then on her cards that do have specials, all the specials are bad. So you want to pay exact throughout the entirety of this deck. Anything else? I might have messed her up a little bit by throwing in so many spells, because spells generate 2 resources when they're discarded from the top, which means that if I were to try and play Demon Soul Binding and the resource on top is a spell, I will hurt myself. Or what will I do? I will force a player to discard a random card from their hand, which might suck. And the only way to play this card is by discarding the top card. And you can only use it from spells, though. So off rip, let's use her ability. So these are the top 3. I have a Symphonian and Hurricane myself, and Aggression. So I want this. One goes in my hand, right? I want this in my hand. One goes back on top. So if I put this on top, it'll generate 2 resources for a card. If I put this on top, it'll generate 1 resource for a card. So I think I'm going to put this on top and discard Repost. And then I'm going to use it to look. It's a spell. I'll have to flip. I'm going to discard it to generate the 2 fists to put in. I don't for a spell. Okay, so I actually have to use it for a spell. Well, then Blast to belong. To deal 2 damage to enemy. Deal 2 damage to enemy. Deal 2 damage to an enemy for each resource I overpaid to pay for this card, which I didn't overpay for it, so I actually stopped my damage there. And then if I'd have done the special, it would have hurt. Well, it would have hurt an enemy and then hurt each player, which I don't think I'm going to do right now. I'm going to spiritual meditation. I'm not sitting in her seat, so let's get these over here. This is nice. No. But I can't even play it this turn now. Let's get rid of Talisman. Oops, not defense conditioning. Give me that back. God damn it. I'm going to spend no threat out right now. And Wanda's going to be handling threats. I don't necessarily need the images. 2 for Sorcerer Supreme. And then I'm going to pay 2 for defense conditioning. Did I change my counters? Yes, I did. That is last of our cards. So let me just ping him for 1, I guess. On to Wanda. I forgot to see if I wanted to mulligan anything. I do have Sorcerer Supreme right off the rip, so now I can't read that card without laughing because S Factor didn't realize that this had the in the title. Is like usually FFG doesn't like having the in the title of cards, and it was in the fucking title of the Sorcerer Supreme right in front of them. Let me draw 2, discard 1. I will discard a copy of Infiltration. Let me draw 2, discard 1. Oh, do I discard my son? I'll discard my son. And I got a Hex Spike. And I got a reality manipulation. I have cards. I have options. I'm going to spend 2 on Sorcerer Supreme. Please. I'll spend 2 on the Hex Spike. I will flip. Use Hex Pike to deal 1 damage. And then I will deal 1 damage. And that will end the player phase. Oh, speaking of which, first player, 6 cards. Wow. Off the rip, 2 Mystics with 6 card hand sizes. Oh, what? She has a 4 card? Why does she have 4 cards? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's rephrase that. Off the rip, 2 Mystics with +1 hand size. 1, 2. Attacks Clea with a base of 2. Do I have a defense? I do. Let me spend 1 to desperate defense for it. 4 defense against 2. I got a perfect defense, so I'm ready. Attacks Scarlet Witch. I have counterspell, so I'll take it and see what happens here. I will. I don't need this to counterspell, so I prevent all the damage. I then ping him for no damage. Fantastic. And then what is it? I get attacked again for 2 damage. I'll just take the 2. His attack is 2. Oh my god. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a new friend. That was rough. Alright, Cloak of Levitation. Yeah. God damn. Spend a 1 to Binding Spell. This will deal 2 damage to an enemy. I will remove 2 threat off of main. I will ready. Making sure I have the right one out. Oh, I draw a card. That's right, because I discarded a card from the top. Oh, my Witch's Council that I can't put out. I will Hex Pike. Who do I Hex Pike? I'll Hex Pike the Flame Soldier for no damage. I will then. I guess I'll attack the Hydra Flame Soldiers so that they can be killed. All right, Clea, all for complete ass whooping that she just got. So this is a defense. I have no threat to remove. I have to be able to remove threat in order to use that. Basic spell does what basic spell does. I kind of want to keep my cards, honestly. No, let's discard the top. It is a spell, so it doubles its resources. So it's basic spell to heal 3 damage for myself, I guess. I'll smack the Flame Soldier for 1. And now I still have this and this for next round. So I think that will end play phase. It is rare that I use a basic spell to heal. And I've drawn 2 custom cards that I made. Unbelievable 4-card. I don't know if she needs to have a 4-card hand size. I don't know if she's that strong. 2 attacks the witch who we'll take it. Ouch, 4 damage. I should probably get rid of that weapon at some point. Attacks Clea, who does not actually have. Oh, she has this. I'll take it. This would be 3. Do I get rid of something? Actually, I think I'm going to take it. I kind of want to get Harvest Man out. So I'll take it, yeah, because I'm not defending, so I have to either take it or play that card. So that's 3 damage. This. Okay, we have to search. Honestly, I think I'm just going to take this guy back. Or no, it's not that guy. Where's the let's get a Hydra Jet Trooper. Actually, no. Quick Strike reveal starts when they engage with you. So I think I'm going to just take the Flame Soldier. What's the other one? Other enemy? It's a deck end discard, right? The is there? Yeah, this guy doesn't reveal. So in that case, let me grab another one of him. Where's another one of him? Oh, they're all at the bottom. It's site 1, and we get a new weapon. Actually, I need to shuffle this real quick. All right, over to Clea Strange. All right. I think we burn these ones for Harvest Man. After he attacks with thwarts, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may discard one of them. That's quacktastic. Well, he's about to do that. Excuse me, game. I don't even care about writing him anymore. I'm gonna defeat this guy real quick. I will remove 2 off of main and end her turn. over here. I need to start getting rid of these. Mental Fist, Energy Fist. You know what I don't have access to? Fucking fists. You know what I have access to now? A fist. You know what I have access to now? A lot of fists. These are all good cards. I don't need to thwart too much. So I need a Mental Fist, Energy Fist. Mental Fist. Get rid of this. If I put Wong out, I won't really be able to use him yet. So let's put Wong out. Let's X-Spike. For no damage. X-Spike is being amazing right now. You gotta love Hexspike. Also, I draw a card. Good. A card I can't play. I'm going to attack, ready, attack. Using the colloquial invitation. One of these days, I'll play this. I'm just worried that it's not going to do anything right now because this only get maxed out at 6. So I got rid of one of his attachments. I can't get rid of the other one yet. So that's going to end player phase. Oh my god, what is these hands have been amazing for her because she just keeps drawing her cards. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to take a second and take these over here. Almost resized it. She's a 2, 1, 2, 3. She is a 2, 1, 2, 3. And it's like as if we have a baseline for what Mystic should be. All right. This over here. Also, there's another thing that changed with her. Other than numbers, I changed her art on that. After feedback from a bubblegum bitch. I kind of like the old picture, but I like this one a touch more. And I can see the issue that he had with it, honestly. 2. Attacks Clea. I'll take it. Well, by doing this, it is now a defended spell. So therefore, I don't have to discard support. I don't even have a support. But I'm not taking the damage for 2. Attacks Wanda, who kind of has to defend. 1 damage. Hero, his attack is 2, so she takes 1 damage. And this son of a bitch. First player, let's ready. I kind of need to flip down and heal. I kind of need to remove some threats. I don't want to do this. I have 1 resource right now on the table. Let's Hexspike onto Crossbones. God damn it. They're doing so amazing with this right now. I want to get the crest out just for the stat boost. So let's get rid of Havoc's favorite card, a basic spell, and honestly a basic spell to get this out. So +1 thwart, +1 attack. I can get rid of this. So actually, let's do that. Let's Zone of Silence, discard 4 to get rid of this. I will defend his attack, so he's attack over 2. It gets it off, so I take no damage. I will then. I can't Master of Chaotic Arts. I don't have the resources to pay for Unleash Folklore, unfortunately. So I'm gonna flip. Wong will sit there looking pretty. Would she like to discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards? Hmm. Yeah, sorry, I had to take a drink there. Search my collection for an event and add it to my hand. You're gonna make me look at my collection? All right, let's use my resource. So this is generating 2. So I'm gonna basic spell to remove 3 off of main. It could be any event in my collection. So I can grab Swinging Web Kick, for example, and Swinging Web Kick the shit out of an enemy. I forgot to do his ability last time I used him. I think I'm gonna spend this to get the armored vest out. Also, I have 4 defense. I forgot that I had this in play. Then what? Then what? I think I ping 1 off of this. And I actually don't use Stephen Strange right now. Because I think it is best to use him when I have cards in my hand so I know what my resource is going to be. So Stephen's going to hang out. Also, wait, this is... Okay, it's a fist. She can't get rid of it. That'll end her turn. There, I gave her a resource generator. She kind of needs it. A fucking 4-card hand size. In the year of our Lord 2026, a 4-card hand size on an 11 hit point character. Attacks for a base of 2. I will defend for 4. Take no damage. I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it. Well, I did, but I got rid of it. This, I should get rid of that fucking gun at some point. I'm an alter ego. Confuses me. I kind of don't care. I can get rid of that pretty easily. Guard over here. Start with this. Oh my god, all these cards in my hand that I want to keep. The Eye of Agamotto, the Amulet of Agamotto. And again, as a reminder, I'm ignoring the unique rules on Cloak Levitation and Eye of Agamotto because they are all kind of unique cards. Blast of Baltang, or Belang, excuse me. I think I need to discard this. Hmm. 2, which one do I want? Which of these do I want more? With me to playing defense, the plus thwart probably isn't the biggest two. What's this one? After the card will take any amount of damage. It's also to prevent one of that damage. 2 if it's by one of your specials, and this one is when you count the permanent resource from the card on top of your deck is also discard the top part of your deck. So this one lets me pick a new card as the discarded card. I think I think I go with Eye of Agamotto. and Cloak of Levitation. So +1 thwart now. 3/1/4 monster. I also completely forgot to. I didn't play any spells though, so Harvest Man's gonna just chill. Do I want to flip down? I think I might have her flip down. Yeah, I'm gonna flip her down. I'm not gonna use her ability until next round in the manipulator shit. Over here to Wanda, who will heal for 3. I will then flip. I will spend 1 to self-heal. I actually don't want to be... Actually, hold on. This is only from the encounter deck. Yeah, if I self-heal, I can only heal for 1. So actually, before I flip then, I'm going to discard this to get Darcy in. I barely remember to use Darcy, because she also have her in Amaranth. Who's this? Hey, Skelly! What you doing, bud? Oh, yeah, Double Mystics. I should look up at my chat more often. I don't know when he typed that. Yeah, doing some more playtesting for Wanda, playtesting JackHKP's Clea Strange. Let's actually use Darcy now. Draw this. It is not. Oh, I don't even get it. Oh, I lose Quinn Carrier. Good news is, despite getting this, I now have a deck to self-heal spell. So let's spend Jennifer Kale to self-healing spell. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. That draws me a card because of Sorcerer Supreme. I will ready with Cloak of Levitation. I'm going to master the Mystic Arts and then spend Counterspell on Unleash Folklore. So I'm going to choose my Thwart, because I'm the only one with Thwart right now. I discard the top 3 cards and remove 1 threat for each icon. So 5. A little bit overkill, but it works. Oof. Frenemancy. So this is one of the 2 card, or one of the many cards I changed. I'm doing good. A little play test myself. Just did Calico. Catherine Britton again, now before bed. I was wondering, looking Wanda that actually looks like she's a release product. It may be 1 or 2 minor tweaks here and there, but I just made her like a week ago and she's probably releasable. But again, of course, a character that is extremely inspired or takes a lot of influence from 2 different characters, namely Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch. It wasn't going to be that hard to kind of get her balanced, I guess. Hex Pike to deal 1 damage. Let's deal it to... I should have said it beforehand. To the Hydra Soldier. I can actually attempt to thwart and knock the Confused off even without a target. Do I, though? Or do I attack this Hydra Soldier? I attack the Hydra Soldier for 2. Let's see. I'm going to check out soon. Oh, that's nice to know. Yeah, any additional feedback is always great. I made a pre-con for what is now yesterday, because it's 2:30 in the morning. I made a pre-con for her finally. I made her playmats. I made her resource cards. I tweaked a couple of her cards for balancing. Other than that, I mean, she's in a good spot, I think. I need to get rid of this card eventually. It's been out here all game. That's going to end player phase. 5 cards. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She does have 6 on the... Oh, she only has 5 on the side. So I started the game with 1 extra card in my hand accidentally. So shame on me. I even read what she does beforehand, and I still got that wrong. I'm so used to characters having 6 cards, I guess. And then he schemes for 4. So we're on the next phase. This... Also, I never flipped this. I mean, I knew what it did. I even knew its starting threat. New weapon. And then he schemes for 1. Attacks over here. You have a counter spell, so I can just take this. This would be for 3 damage. If he damages me, I have to get rid of a card from my hand. So that can go fuck itself. I have Agamotto to counterspell it. Prevent 3 damage. I deal no damage back because my RNG is amazing right now. I do get to draw a card. Encounter. Each Hydra minion attacks each player who is not attacked. So 2 damage, can't attack. So now we get 2 new minions because she didn't get attacked and she didn't get attacked. So let's simply engage with them. Well, in this case, I can actually grab the quick strike because she won't get quick striked. Oh, where's that nerd at? This nerd. Where's the 2 hit point nerd at? I'm going. Okay, there's one. There he is. This is like, am I going fucking crazy? Where the fuck is this? But there must be right here because there should be another one. I get assaulted. I'm just going to take this. Oh, God, actually. It's going to do at least 2 damage, and defending, will that do anything? She can prevent 1 damage. I'll defend myself. It is 1 star. She will cloak a levitation it, so that it does no damage. God damn! She gets attacked again. This time she has to take the damage. Oh, good, for max damage. And I have to discard a card from my hand. Offensive punishment. First player. Ready. Jesus. That fucking turn. I think I just Zone of Silence this main scheme. I'm trying to think. Hold on. This needs to start. What does this one need? Mental Fist. Mental Fist. I fucking hate discarding cards from my hand. And then this one is Energy Fist. You know what I don't have is a fucking fist. Let's Hex Pike the Hydra Bomber. It's dead. Spiritual Meditation. A new Catatonia Kiss. I'll get rid of... Actually, I'll get rid of this. I was about to remove threat, but I probably should not. Actually, you know what I will. This way I knock off my Confuse. And then I will spend basic spell to Zone of Silence. 1, 2, 3. That sucked. To get rid of that. Long's just chilling here, waiting for me to build this up a little bit more. That's going to end Witch's turn to Clea. Clea's going to heal for 3. Clea will then do her ability. 3, 1 on top, 1 in hand. And so I don't want anything, I don't want a spell on top. I'm going to discard this. I'm going to add this to my, I'm going to put this on top and add this to my hand. I'm going to flip. I'm going to use this as a resource for 1 to a Citadel of Siriant. I can only use it if I play it if I use a faulty magic. So give up to 3 friendly characters a tough status card. Also, I keep forgetting about Harvest Man. Also, this is here. I get an encounter. So we're gonna give me a tough. Give her a tough, which kind of doesn't matter because this is here. And we're gonna give not Doctor Strange a tough. What does this need? A mental? God, a mental and a fist. I don't have fists. Of course, I don't have a fist in my hand. Which means these toughnesses don't fucking matter, do they? I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Alright, I am back. I do have this spiritual meditation. Let's discard that. Give me a fisty. Give me a fisty. I'm clapping. I'm clapping for the no fists in my hand. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Actually, hold on. Before I do this, hold on. These are the 2 cards I just drew. I also didn't discard a card. So if I... Yeah, let's use Harvest Man to attack this guy for 2, right? And then, with his ability, I can look at the top 2 and discard one of these 2. I'm going to discard Spell Creation. This. Then I'm going to Spiritual Meditation. Now do I get a fist? Of course I don't fucking get a fist. I had an idea that should have worked, and I didn't get it. I have to discard a card still. I will discard Talisman. Why did I flip this? That sucks. God, I really just wanted a fucking fist. That sounds awkward. So this card and choose an event in your hand until the end of the round. That gains spell trait. Oh yeah, because you can only use your faulty magic for spells. Did I use your faulty magic? Yeah, I did use your faulty magic for a spell because it was the one that gave me the 3 toughnesses. So this turns an event into a spell. And it doesn't count against its ability use limit. Interesting. I kind of want to keep a defense card in my hand. I can't play this. And this also feels really strong. I'm going to get this into play. It feels really strong, but I want to have a defense card because I kind of want to keep my tough for when I do finally get rid of this fucking thing. If I ever get rid of this fucking thing. I just have a fucking army of enemies out on her. Poor Clea, she's going to get absolutely fucked up. This is just a resource in my hand. One, two, three. Attacks Scarlet Witch. Here's the thing. It's got piercing. But I'm not going to defend. I'm just going to take it, and it's going to burn through it. It's take 2 damage. And he attacks me again for 2 damage, which I'm just going to take. Attacks Clea. Clea will defend with a base of 4. 5, 6 for this. Yeah, 6. Whoops, not that. This. Take no damage already. So I keep my tough. Now these guys attack. 2 to the tough, and I'll take the other 2. These fuckers. I can't stand the Hydra soldiers. Holy shit. This is, I forgot. I actually straight up forgot about that card. This is a target rich environment. So does she have any fists now? No, of course not, because why would I have fists in this deck? You know, mental energy, and these both need fisties. So speaking of which, it is her turn. She can't get rid of anything. I will use this. Do I use this to do the images of icon, or do I try and get a... Let's use this, because this makes it so I can use a different card, and I may use it. This is not a spell card, which means it only generates 1 resource, which means I can Demon Soul Binding. And I will choose Clea Strange to draw 3 cards. Oh my goodness, she has a fist icon. Oops. 2. Oh my goodness, I don't need... I almost discarded this. I don't need this anymore. Just use this to... Jesus Christ. I can images of icon and Crimson Circle Sidorak. But I don't need Crimson. I need this for something else. I need this. Okay. Okay. Mental Fist. Why are all my mental... It's like all my... The energy is double energy. The mental is either this that I want to play, or god damn, I actually have to overpay for this. That was... What did I just get rid of? A mental and a fist, right? So this is gone. I'm going to spend 2 for images of icon. Actually, if I overpay for this, then nothing would happen. So let's actually overpay for it. So I remove 3 threat from the scheme. I then remove 1 threat from a scheme and confuse an enemy for each resource I overpaid for it. The special can't happen because there's no side scheme. So that whiffs. Clea will attack the Hydra Jet Trooper to get rid of some of this damage in front of me. Also don't have a support, so I'm not at all worried about the Hydra Flame Soldier. Strange will hang out because I keep forgetting to use him early in the round. I need to use him early in the round. Early in the turn, I mean. So that I can manipulate the top of my deck. Anyways, Scarlet Witch needs to flip the fuck down. She really, really does. What do we got here? Fist energy. Fist energy gone. I am fucking finally done with that shit. I'm going to spend 1 on Master of the Mystic Arts. Use Eye of Agamotto to play Phronomancy. Phronomancy, we discard the top. We got a star. So nothing happens. Phronomancy actually whiffs. That was awful right there, what just happened. I'm going to exhaust, spend 2 to Firmament Fire. Now, Firmament's Fire deals 4 damage to an enemy. So let's defeat this. I don't have to, but I just kind of wanted to. Just for the top 3. Oh, I have to choose the same enemy for the whole thing. Okay. Well, this isn't an attack. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Good damage. An extra 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot I had to choose the same enemy for the second spell I cast. I will then ready with the cloak. Also, I discarded cards, so I get to do that. Oh, I can't play it, dick! I'm going to Hex Pike onto this Hydra Soldier for a single poots of damage. And get rid of him, which gives her an encounter card. I am then going to flip down and heal myself by 3. I will then... Wong is better now as a thwarter. Also, Wong should be dead as shit. I played him without... yeah, Wong should be dead. I forgot about that. Oh no! I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go a little Scorched Earth with it. If I'd have played him correctly, so he should have been taking damage for every time I didn't play one of these, and he was out at least 3 turns before I did that. I would have at least attacked twice. So I'm going to just put 2 damage here. I'm going to put 2 damage here. And I'm not going to do it on him, just because I fucked this up. I should get punished a little bit. Let's use Darcy. Discard the top. It is a spell, so it goes into my hand and heals 1 damage from me. And with that, I will end the player phase. This... Alright, 1, 2, 3. Attacks Clea. Clea will defend for 4. I take no... I didn't even have to defend. He only had 1 attack. I forgot about that. Take 1 poots from him. I would discard a support. I don't have any. Schemes, but is confused. Schemes for 1. Encounter. He gets a tough status. Fine, whatever. Villain schemes for 1. And he gets this. First player. Let's Darcy again. I did not get her bonus. I will then... I kind of want to play this. Let me... This is only a hero resource. When heal 3. Or, actually, hold on. Let's burn Wiccan to Witch's Council. Then I'm going to heal 4. Flip. I want to get this out. 1, 2, 3 for this. Let's Hex Spike. Deal 2 damage to this guy. I have a single resource, but I cannot use it for this. Oh, Cloaked ready. Did I draw my card for getting? I didn't. Oh, good. 2 reality manipulations. At least I have 2 resources. One of the Illuminate the Living Light here. I actually think I mean, I have a resource here, so I don't even need to do twice. Just 1. Let's reality manipulation on his deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's discard this. Put this here, this here, this here. 1, 2, exhaust Lumina. So I stun up to 3 enemies. So I stun him, and then I deal 2 damage to each character with the stun status. So that gets rid of his tough, and this defeats him. And that will end her turn. Card. Oh my god, she's got 3 fucking encounters coming in. She about to get fucked. 5. She was first player. None of these are in her hand. Over here. Do I? Let's pick one of them. I think I do. So he's going to remove 2 off of main. We look at the top 2, and I may discard one of them. So 1, 2. I kind of want to draw this. So I actually don't think I'm going to be using my ability this round. I'm going to get the Shield of Seraphim out. Yo. That went into the deck, to the bottom of the deck. So the Shield of Seraphim essentially stops all damage once. I can self-healing spell. This would do 4 damage to him, because I wouldn't be able to overpay for it. So let's self-healing. Discard 1. Oh no, that's right. I want that Sanctum Sanctorum. I don't want to discard anything. God damn it. I think I'm just gonna, let's just do the fucking 4 damage then. 2, 2. And alright, so I'm not counting the top. I'm not counting the printed resource on top, so it doesn't matter. I'm not dealing friendly characters damage. And I'm not using full team magic. So yeah, the rest of these aren't doing anything for me. That's gonna end her turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I have 2 cards to put into play. This for this. This for this. I have this. I'm probably going to put her Sense of Justice out. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attacks the witch. The witch actually doesn't care because he is stunned. Attacks Clea. Clea will take it for 2 damage. She's not going to burn. It burned. It has to burn the Shield of Seraphim. It is a force interrupt, not an interrupt. I forgot about that. So it just prevents the next attack, essentially. The villain attacks me. They don't have a weapon, so it doesn't get surge. I'm just going to take this for 1, 2, 3 damage. And then he gets a weapon. Oh my goodness, there was still a weapon. And now he gets a weapon. I was wondering where all these were. He doesn't get a weapon, he just gets an acceleration. Also, that card should be back out here. No, actually, yeah, it would be back out here. Because it was still being resolved when the deck ran out. This. He attacks me and he gets surged, so he attacks me for a base of 2. I might need his ability some more, so I'm gonna block. No damage, and it surges. And to this guy who quick strikes me like an asshole. Oh, all right. What's this do? After you overpay for a card, place 1 mystic counter here. So it's weird. You don't want to overpay for cards because by overpaying for cards, you get negative effects on events at least. But if you overpay for them, then you get stuff on Sanctum Sanctorum. Get this for this. I'm not going to have a spell card to play this round, which is the thing. So Strange just might sit here and do nothing again. I don't think protection is the way to go with Clea. Because she just has some dead fucking turns now. So Harvestman, I don't want to do anything with him because I can't take advantage of whatever I see. I have 3 upgrades in front of me that are not doing shit. Speaking of which, I could have done this when I took the quick strike damage because nothing else was happening to me. Yeah. And then I have this Sympholy Hurricane in my hand I can't do shit with. So that's an end turn. Yeah, protection probably wasn't the way to go with this. All right. Wanda. Do I flip her? I do not flip her. I'm not going to be able to get that under as much control as I want to. This, we're going to Sense of Justice into Infiltration. Let's do the full 5, baby. 2, 3, 4, 5. I get this guy with me. I will then Queen Carrier to Binding Spell. I got a 1, which is 2 damage to an enemy. Let's deal 2 to this asshole. I will then, a Benediction. I'd rather do a Benediction on her on the first turn. Actually, you know what? I could have called for an action and Benedictioned. So everybody would have drawn 3 cards. Holy shit. So let's actually continue her turn a little bit too. For the love of God, give me that fucking card. Let's continue her turn real quick. Because I would have done that beforehand. Guess what? I still don't have fuck all to do. What I have a resource now. For spell cards only. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, that would end her turn. I didn't draw her 3 cards. I confront a Mancy. Me ready. Yeah, let's do it. Let's master the Cat of Cards. Spend 1 to Phrenemancy. I place 1 Confuse and 1 Tough, right? I did pick 1 Confuse, 1 Tough. Yep, 1 Confuse, 1 Tough. Let's give... Can I get rid of this attachment? No. because I use this as a resource. Let's instead keep the Agamotto ready, and I'll use this as the resource. This does, oh, that's a mental. I still can't get rid of it. For fuck's sake. In that case, yeah, we'll just have the Agamotto pay for it. The toughness, actually, I'm going to put that on strange so he can do his ability like another turn. Hex Pike. Deal 2 damage to this asshole. I do need to actually beat him up at some point. Do I get Heroic Intuition out? Increase my baseline thwarts. I think I do. I think I do. I'll then thwart for 4 off of main. I could have flipped her down. For all that, I could have flipped her down. So Skelly, if you're still here, how's work coming along on the rest of the exiles? Because I saw that you said you're playtesting Callie and Captain Britain still. So are you making what are the other two? The little emo goth kid and what's his face that was making out with Temper at the Hellfire Gala. If you're still here. Anyways, while I wait for an answer, if there is an answer, I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attacks with 2 base. I will defend using a desperate defense. So I'm at a 6. I get attacked again, but I take no damage, so I ready. I get attacked with no boost card, right? Yeah, so it'd just be 2 damage. Do I just take 2 damage? I'll just take 2 damage, and then I'll take 2 damage again. I still have some Falling Hurricane to not take any damage at some point. Attacks Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch would take it for 3 damage. Encounter and counter. Yeah, you're gonna make them all. Ransom is basically an alpha, just didn't post it yet. That's fine. For Death Dream. Oh, that's the little emo kid's name, Death Dream. Yeah, that's good. I made the mistake of, so usually whenever I make a character, once they go into straight up alpha, I put a post on them. But I also have something called pre-alpha, and I don't really talk about pre-alpha characters. I don't post pre-alpha characters for the specific reason that they're characters that I have on my table essentially to be like previews, but they're not really play tested at all. And then Bubblegum Bitch went and did a stream where he play tested my pre-alpha. So I had a character. Oh God, I'm gonna flip and get rid of this. I had a character that he done it on his video on his YouTube channel that I had never play tested, that I didn't know the balance of, who frankly I'd looked at and was like, I still need to work on this bitch. But he play tested her, and I still haven't watched that. So you do have to kind of be careful with alpha characters. Otherwise, some asshole might pick it up before it's ready. It's Darcy. It was a spell. It's a spell. I heal 1. I can't fucking spiritual meditation. To discard 1. Actually, I might need this to get rid of that. What does this need? A fist and a mental. Well, it looks like that's my fist and mental. Got a Tanya Kiss can go. That's also a fist and mental. Flip. I get rid of both of these to get rid of that. I don't even know what Ransom. I don't know what Ransom or Death Dream's ability is. I know Death Dream can like talk to dead people from what I've seen. I don't know what Ransom does at all. I did say before even sharing it for that reason. I don't want it to be shit. Yeah, that's understandable. Like I thought Cassie Hack would be playable when I put her on the table, and then I started like pouring over her cards more. There's always this thing after I post a character where I'll look at their deck again and a lot more depth, and then I'll see all the mistakes that I made, hopefully. And yeah, that didn't happen in time for Cassie Hack to not get played. We'll spend. Do I actually want to spend infiltration? Because I kind of need to be able to remove threats. I'm going to spend. You know what? I can spend that. And these two for the heroic conditioning. 3, 1, 2, 3. Additional fort. Should actually have 5 fort now that I think about it. Because I have both of these. Those are +2 total, and that's +1. Ransom is a black hole in place of his heart. So basically just absorbs attacks and channels it into his attacks. Okay. Building counters, preventing damage taken. All right. That's good to know. Oh, let's ready. I haven't discarded any cards yet this round. Let's spend 1 to infiltrate. 1, 2, 3. Do I want to do 5? I think it's time I get rid of this. Let's do 4. He activates against me, so he attacks me. I'm just going to take it like a champ for 3 damage. I need to push through this fucking phase at some point. This has been an hour and 50, well, about an hour of gameplay because I chatted my ass off in the beginning. Pretty simple but fun when tested. That's good. That's always a good thing to have. He's got toughness, so I'm going to smack his tough off. I'm going to then use Ivag Motor to play for Master of Mystic Arts. I'll use Quinn Carrier. Oh, I only have 1 resource. Shit. In that case, let me not attack him. I should still didn't. Yeah, I still have that resource. I'm not going to attack him. I'm going to use the Hex Pike to attack him. Hex Pike did no fucking damage to knock his stuff off, so he still has stuff. God damn it. Firmament's Fire doesn't have piercing. And I only have 2 resources. Did I draw my card from discarding cards? I can't remember if I drew my card from discarding cards. God damn it. I'm going to say I didn't, because honestly, I don't fucking remember if I did. I'll attack his stuff off. I'll spend the 1 for Master of the Chaotic. 1, 2. Happy for a simple build after Jitter. Jitter was pretty complicated. She had a lot going on. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to overkill the shit out of him. 3 for an additional 6 damage. So that did 10 damage to a character that only had 5. 28 hit points. But I want to make sure he's dead. I think I'm going to flip. Oh, no. Clea needs to flip down. That will end her turn. Let's Spiritual Meditation. And discard. I need to use her ability. Oh my god. To do any of this shit. I'll say I'm going to discard Spiritual Meditation. Let's use this guy to knock 2 off of main. And then look at the top 2. If they're both spells. So if I keep a spell on top, then I can play basic spell for free, which is what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So let's just go ahead and get rid of this. Actually, I don't have to get rid of any of them. So in that case, let me keep this on the second and this on top. Oh, I don't even reorganize them. I have to keep them the way they were, which is this and this. I'm not going to discard any of them. So I can only use this if I do the top. It's starting to confuse a random player. Well, that sucks. I'm going to use the Faultine ability. It is a spell, so I basic spell. Let me knock this guy out. I have to be able to use Faultine ability to do this. I have a resource for a spell. I got to flip her down and heal. Her action is not great for me right now. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do it, because I might get something I can play. Discard one, keep one in my hand, and put one on the bottom. I think, or discard one in the hand, one on top, I mean. I think I grab... Kind of doesn't matter, because one's going in my hand next round anyways. And this order. And that's going to have to end her turn. I feel like I'm playing her wrong. Either I'm playing her wrong or she's not good. It's one or the other. Hey, Kaj. How's it going, bud? Doing some play testing. That's going to end her turn. I'm going to have to discard something here. Discard this. Don't want to discard anything else. Sorry about that. What a Mystic game. Yeah, that's why I named the title as I did. Do I get rid of this? Can you give an enemy 2 status cards if they don't have the ability to hold 2 status? Like, hold on. I don't know if you can you give I have a G here. Your character cannot have more of one of the same status cards, stun, confuse stuff at the same time unless they have a steady keyword. If a character gets a second copy, they simply ignore it and keep the original. Special cases like Colossus or specific villains like Armadillo have text on their cards, explicitly allowing them to hold multiple tough status cards. Well, yeah, I know that. So this would technically just give 1 status card to everybody and then 2 to steady enemies. Which isn't bad, but it's useless against crossbones. Still, though, the status cards on everything is not an inherently bad idea. So I'm going to keep it. Let's draw the hand of 5 cards in Alter Ego. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, he might actually scheme out, and I wasn't even thinking about that. I forgot about the accelerations. Attacks Scarlet Witch, who will defend for 2. Oh, actually, this is from the machine gun. Oh, 1, 2, 3. This is the attack. This is for 1 damage, and then 1 damage from the trooper, who forces me to discard a support I control. Darcy, goodbye. I'm sorry, Darcy. Ouch! I'm in so much pain. Schemes for... That's not an undefended attack, so schemes for 2. We're still on this phase. I'm in hero. I'm dead. Because I have to take the indirect damage and then the attack. However, Strange is going to block, which means that the indirect goes to Clea for no damage. So away, I would have survived the indirect. And then Strange Blocks for the 4 damage. So I stop myself from losing the game. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to heal people. I'm going to heal for 3. I'm going to flip. I'm going to spend... Actually, while I was down, could I have done something here? No, because I've absolutely haven't been overpaying for anything. So now my non-spell events can be spells, but it doesn't matter because she doesn't have any. Juggernaut killed Betsy in my game too. What do you mean? You know, 1, 2 size cards for 1 cost. There's a card. I don't. So he can only play it by using this ability though, and you might accidentally overpay for it, which means you're suddenly confusing a random player, which in and of itself is the more problematic part, in my opinion, because how do you determine random player in this game by technicality? I mean, we use a die usually for randomness. This game doesn't come with a die, so the game self dictating what random is kind of a thing. So I'm going to use my ability to pay for something. So I have a spell. Now I can use this to try a different card. They're both spells. So no matter what happens, I am overpaying. I have to discard this. So I'm going to stun everything. Let's stun them all. You're stunned. You get a stunned. You get a stunned. And the random character gets stunned and confused. Where's the random die? I forget what it's even called. It has a question mark. Goes first. Juggernaut killed Betsy in your game. Good news, guys. Jackson goes first. Oh, there's only 1 player. I can't even use this. I don't know why I'm looking at games. Objects, components. Where's the die? I just need a plastic D6. Evens, it's Scarlet. Odds, it's Clea. So Scarlet has just been stunned and confused. Nope, not toughness. Confused. And that is why it costs only 1. That is why it costs 1. Because Scarlet Witch has been completely fucked. Let me then... I think I do this. Do I overpay for it? If I overpay for it, it deals 1 indirect. It'll kill. It'll kill. That's a good way to end this game at an hour and a half. Is to kill Scarlet Witch with indirect damage. Let's spend 2 on Blast to Belong to deal 2 damage to an enemy. What do these guys have? 4 and 2. So let's knock this guy out. Actually, you know what? He's stunned. 2, 2. Should have paired Clea with Rasputin 4. Yeah, well, problem with Rasputin is that she wants to keep her tough status cards because she wants to have status cards. God. And here's the other fun part. I was thinking about playing self-healing spell. However, in order for me to... Actually, I can play it with Amulet of Agamotto. I was about to say, if I pay for it with a resource, then overpaying it would deal 2 indirect damage to a random player, which could kill Scarlet Witch. Instead, we're going to Amulet of Agamotto to generate a wild resource for self-healing spell onto myself. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Scarlet Witch has to go, and Scarlet Witch is confused and stunned. So she's excellent right now. She's going to use this to get the stun off. So I have things I can do. I'm going to Sense of Justice, Zone of Silence, knock my confused off. Also, she went first. Wasn't Scarlet Witch supposed to go first this round? What the fuck is going on? What's going on here? I don't know anymore. What is life? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. 3 for Wong. I'm extremely tempted to Benediction, but I can't. I need to remove threat, and I need to flip down. So she's going to remove 5. Wong is going to remove 2. And get hurt. That being said, even with everything I've done, I'm still self-healing spell. 1, 2, 3. So I heal 1, 2, 3. I get an encounter. I also get to draw a card. I will spend 2 for offensive punishments to deal 2 damage to the villain. Discard the top and remove 2 threat. And then I'm going to flip down because I'm almost fucking dead. Next round, I'll build a Benediction. End her turn. End player phase. 6 cards. Ooh, look at all these cards I can play. Look at that. She can overpay for cards and not kill her teammates. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has really been an uphill battle this entire time. Tries to attack. Stunned. Tries to attack. Stunned. Schemes for 2. Schemes for 1. Encounter. This asshole's back. This asshole's back. Oh my goodness. Over here. Oops, I didn't do that. Over here. I'm going to heal for 3. Do I discard 2, draw 2? Oh, wait, actually, I forgot about Darcy. Let me spend 1 to get Darcy. Darcy will happen. It is a spell, so I heal 1, and it goes in my hand. Flip. All right, let's start getting some shit under control here. I'm going to Sense of Justice for Zone of Silence. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go ahead and draw my card now. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, what do I got here? Mental Fist, Energy Fist. Well, lucky for me, I have a singular fist. I'm going to ready. What's my fist here again? Oh, yeah, the reality manipulation. I need to master the chaotic arts to draw whatever is on top here. Actually, before I do that, let me reality manipulation to look at the top. 4, 3, 4. Oh, guess what? This is going on top. So we're going to discard this. I don't care about giving them a tough status. This and this. So I play a Benediction. Oh my goodness, we discard the top. Everybody draws 3. And because I played one of these, I don't have to worry about dealing damage to Wong this round. Speaking of which, Wong has 3 thwarts. Wong will remove 3 threat. I can now illuminate the living light. I will spend. Hey, you get in here. Spend 2 on Catatonic Kiss to deal 2 damage to an enemy and stun it. I will exhaust and spend 2 for Illuminate the Living Light. Man, I should have waited to thwart with him. So that will actually, you know what? I will have said I waited to thwart with him because I didn't think about playing an additional. So that will stun 3 enemies. Stun up to 3 enemies. Stun. And they're all stunned. And now we deal 1 damage to all of them. 1, 1, 1, 1. Probably could have manipulated that a little better, but oh well. Did I draw my card for the Sorcerer Supreme? I don't think I did. If I did, then oh well, I accidentally drew another. Draw 2, discard 1. Oops. You 2. Get back in my deck. And don't actually, I do kind of need this. I need the water resources. I don't need infiltration. So what do I have here? I have a fucking energy and a mental fist. So fist and mental. Get rid of the discard shit. It's a shame I don't have another fist. Hex Pike. I don't think this is going to get anything, right? Yeah, it just gets rid of that. Do I even want a Hex Pike then? Now that I think about it, no, let's not Hex Pike. Because what I can do instead is spend 1. I would have known this because I'd have known what that card was to begin with. To do this, it has no icon, which means I can stun an enemy while they're all fucking stunned. Now I can Hex Spike and the world is an oyster. 2 damage to an enemy. Actually, let's do it to the villain. I have a counter spell available to me. That was a mess of a turn. There was a lot happening. I did everything correctly in the end. I think. I don't remember if I drew the first time from Sorcerer Supreme, but oh well. Over here. So now I don't have any of her cards that require me to play it from the top. So this does 1 damage to everybody. What does this one do when you have back? So overpay for this, it doesn't fucking do anything. I might just do that. I'm going to discard the top. It is not a spell card. So I'm generating just 1 resource. Let's get Endurance out. Oh wait, it has to be for a spell card. What am I talking about? It's just that flipping a spell card does more. So I have to play a spell card with this. This is not a spell, it's a skill. Shockingly, because it's creating a spell. You know what? I'm still gonna contribute 2 to overpay for one of these. Let's images of icon. 3 threat. And then if I decide scheme, I'd move it over, but I don't. But I do get to do this now. Let me Vapors of Valtor to get 3 more hit points. I resolved my special. I could have used this on. Oh, I could have made this a spell. That's right. With that, and it would not have counted. I could have turned this into a spell, gotten a new card, and still had another use of Faultine Magic. I can actually still do this. I'm going to choose an event in my hand. I'm going to choose a spell creation. I'm going to spend, I'm going to spend 2 to overpay for spell creation, which gets me an event from my collection. Any event. So you know what? I do not have the resources because it's not a spell, right? What is, I have Ariel. Oh, I know who to grab. Iron Man. He has a 8 damage event, doesn't he? Or a 6, is it 8 or 6 damage? Oh, this is villains. Or modulars, excuse me. Because I have something that, like, if you have aerial, you get 2 damage, 8 damage if you have the aerial trait. So we're gonna get this. I'm now gonna whatever that card's called. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that's gonna be a lag. I'm so used to hitting the villain button. Oh, that is lag. Oh, I'm so used to hitting the villain button. Get back. Get back. We're gonna superpower punch. I have this. It's not spell though, so we're just gonna have to spend 2 cards or 2 resources straight up to super sonic punch. Deal 8 damage to an enemy. I have aerial from the cloak of levitation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then this is removed from the game. There's still, unfortunately, a weapon out there. I will then... I'll just defeat this guy, I guess. With my 1 poots of damage. And that will end her turn. I think I still idiotically spent a resource on that. We'll say I spent that. I can't remember if I remember to spend the actual resource. 2, 3. We'll say this, for a character with only a 4-card hand size, she does burn through her deck really quickly. But she has to, because she is discarding cards from her deck each round. Each turn. So does Scarlet Witch, but that is the benefit of being a Scarlet Witch. I have a 6-card hand size, so of course I'm going to go through this deck quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, attacks, it's stun. Attacks Clea. Machine gun first for 2 damage. And then she will take this damage for a base of 3, 4 damage. And this guy's no longer stunned. Oh yeah, and this guy's stunned. Encounter, encounter. Hero, I get attacked, and this has surge. I have 4 in here. I think Wong's going to block this for me. Wong's dead as hell, boy. And then we get surged. Oh, he attacks first, so which means the machine gun would have done the 2 damage, which I will take to myself. And then Wong would have gotten attacked with the insight, which kills him. This is the surge card. When revealed, either place 1 on the main threat or take 2 damage. Let's just place 1 on here. I'm fine. I'm kind of online now. Okay, that might have spoken too soon. Okay, asshole. You were almost dead. Oh. Alright, so this is the one that lets me manipulate them, right? So, I can use one of these. Oh, shit. Start with the spiritual meditation. 1, 2, we'll get rid of talisman. So I have 2 cards that require the Flames of Faltine to go off. They're all spells. Everything in my hand is a spell. So I have a spell on top, so I generate 2 resources. So I can either get a message. Sweet. Okay, 2 hours. Remove 3 threats and confuse the villain, or I can still overpay. You know what? Let's overpay. Make this 3 resources. Make it 3 resources for Image of Icon to remove 4 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. We confuse the villain. Excuse me. It gets me one of these, and I would remove 2 threat from a science game, but I don't have that. Next up, I can't play either of these 2 now, because I cannot give them spells as the spell trait, therefore I cannot use this card on them. my understanding of what the rules are. Because in order for you to do this, you have to be able to change the game state, and I cannot change the game state. If I'm thinking of that correctly. In that case, which one's this one? Draw cards and tough statuses. Tough status is not very good in this case. Oh, speaking of which, this is Fist and Energy. Do I think I Fist and Energy to get rid of his weapon. I will then attack him for 1, so I can start making some progress on his armor. And that will end her turn. Scarlet Witch. The Witch. The absolute Witch. I mean, I could do Unleash Folklore, but at the same time, I already have 5 threat removal. Unleash Folklore is not very good in this case. The only reason I'll do Unleash Folklore is to burn Unleash Folklore, which I think I need to do. So let's spend the resource for Unleash Folklore. Choose myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually lost threat doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might need to add a base to that. Like maybe remove 2 threat and then the remainder of the text. I will ready. I also need a new deck. Ooh, Firmament's Fire. Where were you 2 seconds ago? So this is going to do the top 3. So let's Reality Manipulation real quick. Let's make sure the top 3 are sparkling clean. We'll discard this and put the other. I actually don't really care what order they go back on because all 3 are going to get discarded. So that's going to end the game. I'm going to do this 1 and 2. Oh, wait. He has this shit on him. Fucking hell, I forgot about that. I'd be hitting straight up the armor and nothing else. Let's... God damn it. Let's this then. I could do it twice. Also, the Eye of Agamotto is ready because I was using it. Let's get rid of speed. And now, I'm going to use this for Master of the Mystic Arts. Pay 2. Oh, wait, that's right. I'm not guaranteed to get Firmament's Fire back. For 4 damage plus the top 3. So 9 damage, all to the armor. Armor's dead. Goodbye, armor. This gets shuffled back. And we get a Benediction. An additional 3 cards, or additional X cards, you say. Also, I keep forgetting that this exists. The ability under the bottom. I'm going to... Do I exhaust and do that? I'm going to Hex Pike for no damage because God hates me. I'm going to exhaust and Benediction. God, I should really do that next round, though. God, I'm going to do it next round. I hate this so fucking much. So in that case, since I'm not going to do this, I'm going to use the Scarlet Witch's Crest to increase the damage I did with the X-Spike by 1, so it actually does damage. Do I flip down? Did I flip up this round? I don't think I did. I think I'm going to flip down. It's about to get 5 on it, so it'll be at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have to get less than a 2. And I can always reduce it by 1. I'm going to flip. I will then end round. I'm gonna take the chance because he's almost dead. I mean, I don't think I'll mind going to phase 3 of his fucking thing. Oh yeah, I'm discarding one of the counter spells, so that would actually get shuffled back in and draw 3 new. I got my fucking counter spell back. Only 2 copies of it. Ready, draw 1, 2, 3. She has no more. Oh, she does have a Sanctum Sanctorum. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Schemes. I forgot he was confused. Schemes, but is confused. Then 1, 2. Attacks Clea Strange. Clea does not have her defense cards. None of them. I put defense in her deck. She'll defend for 4. She takes no damage. And then 1 damage from the Hydra Flame Soldier, which I forgot about. That gets rid of this. Because that is the only support I have. Counter. I did that backwards and then counter. This guy, quick strikes for 2. Gets a tough status. This asshole does not want to die. Oh yeah, this gets 3. And then this card top 2 and it gets more. So none and 1. Over here, Scarlet Witch. I'm going to discard 1, 2 to draw 2 new cards. Same difference. I will use Darcy. It is a spell, so I heal 1. I'll flip. I will exhaust for Benediction. Everybody draws 2. Next card up is Frenemancy. I was kind of hoping it would be something different. I will... ready. So let's start this party. I want to infiltrate for 4 onto the scheme. I do not get interrupted when the deck's out. 2. Wow, this is 4. No enemies. Get the fuck out of here. I discarded the top card of a deck, so I get that. I get a Hex Pike to deal 2 damage to his toughness. Nothing's guarding me here. Fucking hell. I'm going to spend 1 to master the chaotic arts and 1 to Frenemancy. Oh, there's my damage back. Discard the top. I have 3 of them, so I put 3 confused statuses. And 3 tough statuses. I should probably say up to 1 confused and up to 1 toughness. So tweak there. I will exhaust and spend 2 for Firmament's Fire. I played 3 chaos cards this round. 4 damage. 1, 2, 3. Literally 4 damage. Okay, game is over. Thank God. That took an hour, almost 2 hours to do 1 match. Scarlet Witch is fine. She's working perfectly fine. Frenemancy needs to have up to, but yeah, everything in this deck works. This is honestly one of my more favorite decks I've made recently. I have a lot of fun making spellcasters. What do I think of Clea? Let's get her cards out here. I'm doing this. I'm not even sure if Jack will ever see this. I don't know if he's still doing this at all. I haven't looked at his channel in a hot minute. So right off the rip, there is a very big conflict of interest happening in this deck. So ideally, you don't overpay for anything. And yeah, ideally, you never overpay, but at the same time, you need to overpay, or you're incentivized to overpay. Should really have this many unique cards. Yes, he does. Or she does, excuse me. So first off, I think this is extremely inventive. Here I am again playing another character that gets a bunch of negative stuff happening to it as it plays. Let's start with the ally. Harvestman's fine. He requires you to think before you act, which I was struggling with some turns, but I think it's good. I mean, a 3 cost for 2/2/3. He can help you manipulate the top of your deck so you can play your cards better. Also, another thing, real quick, she probably would have benefited if I didn't put so many spells in her deck, so that I could have the option for only having one come up, or at least a better option for only having one resource be at the top. But below, I saw spellcaster added spells. I've kind of figured also, I mean, like I said, I looked at it beforehand. I was like, I think the trade-off isn't going to be that bad if I have a lot of spells in here for them to be two cost. And I almost, like I said, I had one round where I could have killed Scarlet Witch and just ended the game. Her upgrades next. That's the eye, that's cloak, that's the flames. So all of them mess with her ability. I like this one because you can kind of change them up. I mean, I like cloak levitation, period. The ability to just prevent a damage is always good. And preventing damage that you might have accidentally caused is also good. This also nullifies completely if you have a special on an event that is not a spell, or doesn't have a special on it normally, then it would nullify completely, just for that once, though. Field of Regency. I probably would have gotten use out of this if I didn't have so many spells in this deck. I think it's fine. This one, just like Harvestman, requires you to plan out a bit more, which I once I got to like an hour and a half into this fucking game, I was less planning, more just please kill the enemies. So yeah, that's, I mean, it's a good card. I don't think it needs to be 3. Honestly, it's not giving you any stat boosts. It's not doing anything but making something a spell and letting you do your ability in additional time. It could be 2, or it could be 2 costs. It could even be 1 cost, really. I don't see the reason for it to being 3. Also, the flames a condition? Because I know that the flames are like a hereditary thing for Dormammu and his children, which Clea is one of his children. If I remember correctly, Clea is one of his children. I don't know if it's conditioned though. Artifact item. Oh, these are all artifact items. Yeah, they are artifact items. I never paid attention to that. I thought they were just artifacts. Sanctum Centaurum. This is the card. This is my least favorite card here. It's incentivized for you to pay the exact cost of what you're getting on your card. Now, this gives you a fallback in case you can't. Then at least you have this to heal yourself or a friendly character. But it also feels like it's trying to incentivize you to overpay for cards, and that is a dangerous thing with Clea Strange. There's a lot of strategy to that. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm getting a message real quick. So it's actually I'm not the biggest fan of it in terms of it incentivizing overpaying, but I'm also appreciate the fact that it can give you a reward for overpaying. It's just a shame, but by the time I had counters on it, I had to get rid of it because it was my only fucking support. Also, I feel that it is extremely sacrificable because Zono, if you haven't built it up all the way, then all you're losing is 1 or 2 additional healing. Um, the events. Oh my goodness, what an array of events! All right, I like spell creation, but also hate spell creation because I hate looking through my collection. It did give me 8 damage though, so we'll put it up here. My understanding is that when you search your collection, you can search for anything, including hero cards. So fucking just grab whoever you want to grab. Because the equivalent was Cameo, which searches your collection for. That actually doesn't Cameo specifically say an identity-specific ally. Hold on, let me look. Cameo. Oh yeah, so Cameo does actually say identity-specific ally. So I'm guessing when you search your collection, you can get identity-specific stuff. Because the only other card I can think of is the Deadpool card, and I don't know if that lets you get identity-specific or not. If it lets you get identity-specific, hell yeah. Superpower Punch or Supersonic Punch, awesome card for that. 2 cost, 8 damage, because if you have the cloak, you're flying. Hell yeah. Stone Prison of Umar. What was the other 1 coster? This one, and this one. Okay, so there are 2 of them. So this card and the text on her Warlord Born, resolving against random players is not something that the game does innately. So you have to all right, how are we determining random? It's not the biggest issue in the world because you would hope that regular people would carry a coin or have a coin available to them or a die or something to negate the random stuff. I'm just not a big fan of random in this game. Random, the word random in text. Because I just played a deck that runs completely off of random shit happening. So this is a strong card as long as it does not punish you back. If it punishes you back, oh my god, it gets knocked down. But if you can do this correctly, then that's amazing. This is really good. Not a big fan of discarding random, but you know what? It's a good payoff for something that's giving you 3. Give up to 3 status card, friendly character stuff status, and the villain activates. So essentially, if the worst case scenario is it gives 2 friendly characters a tough status because the 3rd one's getting negated by a attack. All 3 of them are really good. Yeah, even with the context of their specials on them, all 3 of them are still really good. As long as you have someone who's fine with getting stunned and confused. These cards. Again, you try not to do the specials. This one, though, is the most negligible of all of them. Because if you don't have a side scheme in play, then the special doesn't fucking kick. Who cares? Hell, pay 10 resources on this. Remove, 3 plus another 7 or 8 and confuse an enemy. Oh, confuse 1 enemy for each one. This is extremely strong. Comparative to the other specials, this one is still amazingly good. It's negated by the fact that it only has 3 base threat on it, but that's fine. You're going to be removing more as long as you overpay for it. I got less value out of this just because I didn't want to resolve the special. Or at least the one time I could have resolved the special, I would have killed my teammate, which would have been fucking hilarious. It's fine. Symphony and Hurricane is excellent. It's weird because this one actually rewards you for hitting the special. It gives you, like, if you prevent all damage off of like a 5 damage attack, you deal 5 damage back. That is, the rest of them seem to punish you when you hit their special. This one's like, hell yeah, special all day, baby. It's weird. It is so weird. Anyways, aesthetically, this set looks really good. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Harvest Man's picture, well, that kind of just happens when you have a character that has a lot going on their art. I love the Clea Strange picture. Just like perfectly split or surrounds the Clea. What are the other things that you normally judge on? Aesthetically, yeah, it looks great. What was the next thing? It's not materials, but materials, I mean, could probably use an insert. I say that about every deck, though. In a fucking precon, why'd you make me think of a precon? Again, protection probably wasn't what was needed for Clea Strange. What else? What comes after aesthetic? I can't remember. Doesn't matter then. Mechanically, I think mechanically this is inventive. Yeah, balance, she feels weak, at least in protection. I still think that Image's Icon could probably have an additional threat removal on it. Her 3/1 costers are extremely strong, as long as you are fine with the specials on them happening. A lot of her upgrades kind of feel meh, even though they help her play her ability. They do feel kind of meh. Sanctum Sanctorum feels meh. Fun factor, she was okay. I don't think she was fun in protection, so I really can't say fun factor on her because I don't think protection is where to go with her. At least not the protection deck I ran. Maybe justice, maybe leadership if you want to keep Harvest Man out for the rest of his life, so that you can keep manipulating the top. Leadership would actually probably be excellent. Voltron deck. But yeah, I think she's a good character. I think this is like at least beta worthy. I know this is currently says it's an alpha, and it's been an alpha for a year and a half, so it is what it is. I don't know if it'll ever get updated again. Hope it does, because Jack is an extremely good creator for the community. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end my stream there because it's been over 2 hours, and this has been an extremely long stream. So that being said, have a good morning / night / day wherever you may be. If you want to check out more amazing content like Jack's Clea, like my Scarlet Witch, Kaji popped in earlier. His talisman is an amazing character for Mystics. It's just an amazing character, period. But as somebody who is fond of Mystics myself, I enjoy her on another level. Or Skelly, who was also in here. He has a pretty good Captain Britain with some interesting mechanics to it. He's got a jitter that is a fairly complicated character to play, but relatively new creator in the space. You can check out the Discord channel that I'll have a link for in the description of this video. Go check out my streams. You can check me out at twitch.tv/theactualjackson. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. All that shit helps the channel grow, even a dinky one like mine. So with that being said, take it easy. Ciao.